I received your question. You're given polar coordinates. You want to find rectangular coordinates. So the polar coordinates are 6 and pi 6 radians. So I'm trying to draw a picture of it. The length here is 6, and the angle here is pi over 6 radians. And what we want to find is the coordinates here. I'll call them x, y. So what I'll do is I'll draw a triangle here, and the length of this side, will correspond to x, and the length of this side will correspond to y. And so this side will be x, this side will be y. And so we got a right triangle here. We know this angle and the hypotenuse, and we want to find the legs. You can use cosine and sine to do that. The cosine of pi 6, cosine of this angle, will equal adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine of pi over 6 will equal x over 6. I'll multiply each side of this equation by 6. And the 6 drops out there. And so x will equal 6 cosine of pi 6. What is the cosine of pi over 6? Let's see, that'd be the square root of 3 over 2. And then that 6 is over 1. And so I could divide the common 2 here, and I get a 3. And so I'm left with x equals 3. It's supposed to be a 3 square root of 3 here. That's supposed to be a 3 here. 3 square root of 3. Very similarly, I can find y here. Sine of pi 6 will equal opposite over hypotenuse. And so if I'll do that in red, the sine of pi 6 will equal y over 6. Multiply each side by 6 again. So y will equal, if I go down here a little bit, y, multiply both sides by 6, y will equal sine of pi 6. Okay, and let's see, sine of pi 6 is what, 1/2. So 1/2 of 6 is what, 3? So y would be 3. And I believe that corresponds to the answer up here. Yes. Yeah, 3 square root of 3 and 3, which I have down here. Hope this helps.